Hi, my name is Shelby, and I will be presenting my rebuttal to Elisa's video. One of my first points is talking about the F-35 and why we should be getting rid of the plane altogether. My opponent, on the other hand, has talked about why the F-35 is a good idea, and her argument is that the plane itself is creating more jobs, and that helps boost the economy. My reasoning for getting rid of the F-35 stated in my first video is that we want to be able to save money and put money elsewhere. We want to relocate money. If the plane costs $98 billion per one plane to make, and then we have to pay for all the labor, it's going to help the economy a little bit, but it's really just wasting more money that we could be saving and putting somewhere else. So we're actually going in the wrong direction and spending more money that the economy really can't afford right now. The pros definitely outweigh the cons when it comes to cutting the plane altogether. Just the plane doesn't need to exist anymore. But as I had said in my previous videos, all of the F-35 facts are over there. So the disadvantages are not great enough to weaken my argument. One of my arguments against my opponent is that her idea is just non-unique. Their argument is that the plane is awesome and looks like a spaceship. That reasoning has nothing to do with anything about the plane, anything to save money. That it's non-unique is there's not going to be an impact by saying the plane is cool and it looks like a spaceship. Another point that she has is, but it has no link to my argument, is she talks about keeping the F-35 will benefit companies across the world. Latin America is not concerned with helping other countries across the world. We're trying to save money and reduce the role in Latin America. So the fact that Germany is benefiting that we're building a plane has nothing to do with either. It doesn't have any, there's no connection there. There's no reasoning on why we should keep the F-35. It's for helping countries in other places. I mean, helping companies in other places, it doesn't make any sense to me. My third point is when my partner talks about the plane, saying that technicians say that it's easy to maintain. Well, if we get rid of the F-35 together, it'll be really easy to maintain because there won't be a plane at all. So we wouldn't have to worry about maintaining it. My second point in my affirmative was military housing. My opponent chose not to talk about housing at all, so I feel like that was a strong enough argument that it could stand on its own because there was nothing against it. So we should reduce military spending because we're giving our military too much money to spend on just housing. When if we just cut just a little bit, we would be able to save money the Pentagon wouldn't have to push all that money into military spending. A lot more families could live on base if they chose to. That would just save us a little bit more money, and we could put a little bit more money into, one, our economy, and two, our education system. But clearly it was strong enough not to be broken down, so my opponent just never mentioned it. My offense is clearly more powerful against my partner's defense. Going through all of the arguments, it's safe to say that my plan to cut the F-35 to reduce the role of Southern Command in Latin America is strong enough to work. My housing point was so strong that it could just stand on its own. And my F-35 fighter jet plan, it's clearly able to work. Knowing that if we cut the F-35, it's just going to save us money, and the arguments that were made against it are barely able to stand on their own. So knowing that, it would make more sense that I'm clearly the better debater. So I did a lot of research on the F-35, and it just makes more sense that it's going to work. Thank you so much for your time.